Oh shit. Shit, John, sorry. Fuck, I've just hit the live button. Right. Oh gosh. Right. Yes, people, guys, welcome back to Danny AFC TV. Sorry for a couple of technicals. That was actually my fault. My apologies. I'm not the best at the old technical game. Tonight, first of all, I'll welcome him, John Sinclair TV, Newcastle fan. First out to you, brother. Thank you for the time and your patience, obviously, first of all, this evening.
No problems. Thanks so much for having us on, Danny. And it's a bit echoey again for some reason, but
yeah, that's just my dog knocking off. Yeah, sorry. Can you hear me, John, properly?
I can now.
Brilliant. Thank you. All right, guys. So listen, do get the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. This should be a good little hour or two, or hour, sorry, at least, of good football chat here. I want to talk about a lot of Newcastle things. I want to talk about financial fair play. How badly, I think it's been well documented and reported how badly it kind of hit Newcastle in January. How definitely would have wanted to sign Eddie. Sorry, I think I've done how I asked. Eddie would have probably wanted to sign a couple of people, losing Tonali at the start of the season, etc. So I want to get John's views on that. Will financial fair play affect Newcastle next season? Is it more the way they advertise, like in sponsorship deals, or is it more sometimes? Imagine, like I know just from going up north and whatever, like the price of a pint of beer is different to going to London at £8 a pint. Like, so is it just London prices over not? I want to look at some of how signing since he's been there. One of my favourites is Alexander Isak. He's actually been linked with Arsenal today. Don't want to piss you off, John. So there's a lot I want to talk about. John, welcome to the channel. What's up, mate?
Big up to my guy. Hope you're okay. Evening to Sophie and others in the chat as well. Yeah, it's just tough in a minute. Like you got echo again, Danny. You got serious echo problems, mate.
Oh, mate, I'm gonna throw the laptop out the window. Why is it doing this? I'm just jumping into the settings, people. Sorry, audio. I thought I had this figured a second ago. Internal, yes. Let's just go internal. USB microphone, USB trust microphone. Sorry, I'm going to try and go back onto my mic, and I'm just going to hope and pray it's working. Shouts out to Sophie. Yui, what's going on, mate? Yo, is Howe in trouble? I wouldn't imagine so. I think he's having an ever productive season. I think he's doing well. I think maybe a couple of injuries. He's been a little bit unfortunate over injuries. I think Isak I don't know. I like Isak quite a lot. They had obviously links with players in and out in January. Trippier being one, Bayern Munich. And from what I heard in the grapevine, he was kind of open to it, but without kind of trying to be pushy, which I thought to myself, well, what do you mean you're open to it? Because my attitude as a Newcastle fan would have been, why, man, I've got Liveramento sitting right here. Like, to be honest, I'd have thought, right, I've got Liveramento. And I've been like, look at this kid. I've liked him from when he was at Chelsea. As I said, I'm kind of sharp on football. Do you know that you're actually linked and allegedly you've offered a contract to one of Arsenal's academy players? Do you know this?
Right. All it is, right? I mean, I don't know a lot about this guy. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know his name. I mean, now you just told
Amari Dewberry. He looks shit hot, mate. He's 18. The problem is he hasn't made his debut of the club. Like, we know the silliness Arteta done with giving Anwari a debut at 15 years old plus whatever. This kid actually looks like a talent. He's a left winger. I think we're shy of a winner this season. And I've heard you and elect Borussia Dortmund, Napoli.
Frozen.
Newcastle and Anderlecht are at the absolute forefront of this.
Yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, we don't know a lot about it, but if he's that good, he's been linked to clubs and that, then after him, he must be really, really good. He must be a talent. Now, we've got Dan Ashworth, right? I mean, what is he doing at the minute? I mean, he's been very quiet, and he doesn't seem to be doing much at the minute. I can't even lie, but we got to trust Dan, as far as I know, as long as he's our sports director. Him, we got to trust him. We got to trust the guy. Do you know what I mean? But we just got to see what happens because we
Elliot looked brilliant. I was I was covering some of the Arsenal in America in the summer, and I remember I covered one Newcastle game, brilliant game. But I noticed that kid Elliot Anderson?
Yeah,
Elliot Anderson?
Good player. Good player.
Sorry for swearing, man, but fuck me. Like, what a talent that kid actually is. Like, he looks unbelievable. I've heard another kid from your academy has signed a contract today. I can't find his name. I did write it down. but it's gone. Someone from your academy has signed a new deal today, and he's meant to be pretty decent. I will. Max Thompson. Does the name mean anything to you, Max Thompson?
Max Thompson?
Yeah.
Not at all, Max Thompson.
Okay, apparently signed a new deal with you today. I do get quite a lot of little bits, and I do watch a lot of kind of the younger kids coming through. So apparently,
I don't know a lot about this Max Thompson. He's a young player, sort of thing. Like,
no, he's a very young player. He's a never Geordie. He's like, your left back, sorry, the big giant, the 6'7". He's a never guy that's a proper Newcastle kid. Grew up between Newcastle, Sunderland. He's 19, but from what I hear, it's a lot of heart. I don't know. I don't want to describe him like a long star, but I never kid with a lot of heart, a lot of dedication, and. Absolutely delighted to be a part of your squad. I'm going to talk very quickly. I want to talk about, I don't know where to start. I want to talk about financial fair play. I want to get into blue cards and everything, but financial fair play. What's the real deal regarding Newcastle United? Like, is it going to badly affect you guys going forward in the summer? Like, to maintain being a top 14, brother, me and you both know it's going to take some money.
Yeah. 100%.
It isn't easy. And then when you've got the responsibility of playing on Wednesday and it's no one crap, look at them.
We're crashing it. What's he doing? You're crashed, Danny. I told you. Wi-Fi. Hi guys, I'm going to cover as well until Danny sorts himself out, and do subscribe to Danny's channel as well, which would be brilliant. And he's having problems with his computer. I'm sure he'll be coming back. I can see the comments, but like I've got one for UE. What does John think of Willock? Well, he hardly unfortunately, but
there we go.
There you go.
Hey, I feel like someone is conspiring against my channel tonight. I'm sorry. Please continue for a second. I actually feel like there's a conspiracy going on. Please shouts out to Yui, to Sophie in the building. Shouts out to John. Where was I? Financial fair play. So sorry, man.
Yeah. The thing is, right, I mean, I think there's a cartel. We got the big six. The Premier League is protecting the big six. And they don't want anyone else upsetting the big six, in my opinion. But the thing is, right, I mean, I think that's unfair competition. It's unfair competition because everyone's got to compete against everybody, yeah? But we had a takeover, right? And we're going to make some noise, spend them big, etc., etc. Now, the Premier League didn't want us to have a takeover. So what they've done, and they're going to say, you know what, we're going to the big six upsetting straight to Premier League, saying we're going to upset them. They don't want us in the play. What we done last season, we got Champions League football, which is great, right? And we overachieved last season.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask. Brilliant. Did you overachieve last season? Fantastic. Sorry, continue. Go on. I was on the tip of my tongue. Yep.
Yeah. I was expecting phase one. I expected phase one to be like just to consolidate, try and get the Europa League and try and get the Europa Conference, just finish in the top 8 and consolidate from there, step by step. But what we did, we went for it and hit the top 4, which is fantastic. The second season, this season, phase 2, right? We had a lot of injuries and we haven't really improved. Do you know what I mean? Sanchez and Ali came in, cracking signing. Then Friday got banned for 8 months for betting, right? Isak, loving the bits, yeah.
Was there bad due? Was there bad? Sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to interrupt. Was there bad due diligence in the signing of Tonali, or was it just one of them things that happened?
I think we do do due diligence on the players, before we sign a player. That's how the club does it now. Do you know what I mean? But what they've done, we thought we can get him because 50 to 52 million quid, right?
Yeah.
Milan accepted that deal, right? Now they could have got more. Milan, in my opinion, must have known what the heck was going on with the betting. We didn't know that, and we kind of BP'd off, wasted all that money. I'm not going to blame Tonali. He's a cracking player. But I hope next season he comes in, he owes us one. Like he owes us one next season, So at the end of the day, right? I mean, we bought in to improve. Tonali's a miss. He is a huge miss. It's as simple as that. But we had a lot of injuries, though, Danny, this season. A lot of injuries.
I know you have,
13, 14 players out, and that didn't help us, Now we're getting players coming back. Willock's going to come back soon, right? He's not there yet, but
what do you think of Willock? Sorry, been a former gunner. Willock, sorry, your honest opinion on Willock as an attacking midfielder. I thought Madison. I thought Newcastle could have done worse of getting James Maddison in the summer at 40 million quid. I thought that wouldn't have rocked the financial boat. I thought you were missing maybe a number 10, but probably without thinking about one of our very own, Willock. What do you make of Willock?
For me, if I give him marks out of 10, I'm going to give him a 7.5 because, yes, he's been injured most of the time. But on his day, when he came on loan, he scored 8 goals in 14 games. 8 goals
in a row, In a row,
Yeah, in a row in 14 games. You were forced our centre forward. But, I mean, once he's match fit, he's just going to be fantastic. He's only young. He's 24, 25, and people's got to understand that, He's still young, If he keeps away from injuries, right? Keep away from injuries, play 38 games in a season, then Joe Willock could be playing for England. But unfortunately, right, he's not playing much because he hasn't played because of the injury record, I hope when he comes back, Ed's going to ease him in, don't rush him, and then we have a player on our hands. But next season is going to be a big season, injury-free, and Joe Willock will be absolutely fine. No question about that. But on FFP, right, I think, personally, still have it in, but please let us spend the money. Let us have
hold on. I'm going to ask you something. I think financial fair play, John, is protecting the rich. I think if you said to Man City right now, we're going to relegate you and put you in the Championship, we're taking you out of the Champions League. Do you know what I think they say? Do you know what? Fuck you. We're going to do a breakaway. We're going to do a breakaway league. I think there's a lot of threats. Why are you troubling Everton?
Well, Dan's just asking us why we trouble Everton. Well, the thing is of Everton, they spend beyond their means. They spend something like 375 mil, right? Which is complete on players. He just don't want to be here. Do you know what I mean? But one thing I'm going to say with Everton, right? I mean, they got caught FFP and got done for that. So they spend way over 105 mil. And I just think, for me personally, they got 10 points deducted. Whether that's harsh or not, I don't know. But some think they deserve it because spend beyond their means. And it just sends out they're using Everton as a warning. They're using them as a warning. And all the other clubs now will be thinking twice and spending big. That is the thing. But I truly believe that they don't want to spend much in January, and that's the reason why. But in my opinion, I think let the clubs spend what they want. I mean, clubs like us, we're not going to be in debt. We're never going to be in debt because we are the rich. You've got the richest owners in the world. Man City's never going to be in debt. Man United are. They're something like 1.2 billion in debt or something like that. I could be wrong on that. Arsenal's got plenty of money. They're not in debt. Chelsea are definitely in debt. They could be in big trouble, man, because they spent $1 billion. They haven't even brought a centre forward. Not good. And now they've got to sell players to make 100 million back, or they could be caught in FFP as well. I'm on Danny's channel. Danny's also AFC TV. There he is. Just as well.
This is unbelievable. Thank you, John. John, for bearing with me tonight. Financial fair play. We're still wrapped up in. I don't know where he was. Dominic Solanke. I've heard 1,000,000% he is a huge target of yours in the summer. Now, I'd love to think, Alexander Isak comes to Arsenal because financial fair play and smart signings, but I don't believe this to be true. Does this more mean that the other guy, the other striker, he was linked to the move in the summer. Oh my God, I forgot his name.
Got Callum Wilson.
Callum, that's him. Fuck me. Sorry. Callum Wilson, that's because I think my stream's playing around me. Is it more likely you believe Callum Wilson will go and Solanke could come in? Because I've had it from a really, really, really good Newcastle fan, yeah? Solanke is a massive target in the summer. What do you make of that? Now, I know what we heard on Sky, and Eddie was kind of waxing lyrical about him. It's not about that. I heard a couple of months before, one of your targets in January was going to be Dominic Solanke, if money was okay. And I thought, hold on, you've got a decent. Well, you got two decent strikers. Like Arsenal got Jesus and Nketiah, and they fucking refuse to score goals. I'm afraid to say they actually, in my opinion, refuse to score goals. So, Solanke, would you want him in the summer? What's your first thought? Sorry,
I want to keep Callum Wilson. To be honest with you, I just don't want Solanke. Full stop. I mean, people's hyping them up, right? Our fan base, especially on social media, are hyping this guy up, right? Saying that he scored 15 goals this season, heading to 20. Yes, go and buy Solanke. Let's go and get him. What, 70 million quid? I'd rather spend 80
million. Are you joking me? This is what I'm saying.
I'd rather go for Ivan Toney.
So can I ask you on the Arsenal side? We were linked with Ivan Toney, yeah, for so long. Mate, not only does he bet against his own clubs, and we know he's at Newcastle for a short 20 minutes as well. Mate, fuck him at 80 million quid. I'm so sorry to say. Or is Ivan Toney a little bit more up your street? For me, the money, 28, never played Europa League football, never played Champions League football, hasn't made a debut for England, just turning 28, been banned for betting. He's bet against every club he played for. I don't know what Arsenal fans' fascination is with Ivan Toney. Is there anything you can share with that? Would you want him at Newcastle right now?
100%. I mean, the guy's a killer. He's an absolute killer. Fuck. I mean, I should never got rid of him in the first place at all whatsoever. Because I think Rafa Benitez, especially on London, I think I'll say it now. He has got it so damn wrong selling him. Do you know what I mean? I would have had him in the Championship. I think he would score a bucket full of goals. You know what I mean? Yeah, Dwight Gale's done it, but Ivan Toney, I think he would have learned under Rafa Benitez.
That was unbelievable. And that was, as you say, that was under Rafa, wasn't it? We're going to move into managers soon, a couple of Newcastle managers. Obviously, Eddie Howe's been amazing. What was your actual thoughts? And I know he was there when Mike Ashley was there, and Mike Ashley was not he was a businessman and an absolute, in my opinion, sorry to say, an absolute mug, and he tried to ruin your club for me. Do you know what? Mike Ashley was a fucking idiot, and I felt for Newcastle so bad then, like one of the most passionate fan bases in the country. I remember from Keegan running Man United so close to the title. And then years on, this is what Newcastle fans were subjected to. But a couple of managers, obviously, while he was there, like, I don't know, like, the whole Mike Ashley thing, like, obviously, all right, you're glad it's gone. All right, do you know what? Forget Mike Ashley. Which famous managers have you been like? Do you admire most? Like Keegan, Bobby Robson. I remember Ruud Gullit has been there. I can't wait to get into some players like Fistino Asprilla. He's one of my favourites of all time. But what did you make of a couple of Newcastle managers down the years?
Let's start with Kevin Keegan. Kevin Keegan has been absolutely amazing. He came take over 16 games to go. Obviously, our dealers got sacked. I love Aussie, but at the end of the day, right? I mean, it's just they wanted a name there. Someone who's going to get us out of the mess we're in at the time. We were third bottom, and Kevin Keegan came in 16 games to go, and he made a huge difference. Kept us up the last kick of the game at Leicester, and that kept us into the All-Second Division. The following season, I mean, Keegan got what he wanted, got us in the Premier League. Job done, yeah, and I love Ken King for that. And then we had Kenny Dalglish. I mean, he was a completely utter waste of time. I can't lie. I mean, he dismantled a great. It was
really bad, wasn't it? It was really bad. It's worse than Gullit absolutely making this personal thing, this vendetta against Shearer. We'll get into that if you like. But Kenny Dalglish was meant to be one of them great managers, and I thought it probably at the time, as a young football fan, I probably thought, Dalglish going to Newcastle, shit, this is bad news. Like, you know what I mean? They're going to be a good team. And it was not like that at all, was it? Was he just on his way out? Had football changed, evolved? I remember old Arsenal manager George Graham, and I wonder, like, if he wasn't caught with the bungs, etc. Sorry to get off the point. The way football was evolving, would George Graham still have been such a brilliant and an amazing manager as he was then times winning, a European title, which not even Arsene Wenger won at Arsenal. He won the Cup Winners' Cup. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I kind of agree. I mean, he's done a good job. George Graham with us at Arsenal. I mean, was the football exciting? No, it didn't have to be exciting because George was winning trophies. And then he won 2 league titles with you guys. Yeah, won the FA Cup, won I'm not sure he won the Carling Cup. I'm not sure, but at the end of the day, the guy's a winner.
Was it the first season he was there, or was it the season after we might have won it? It was around 86. I can't remember myself dead on, but yeah.
No, I know he lost to Luton. I know he lost to Luton though.
Would have been called the Milk Cup, the Milk or something.
He lost to that though, didn't you? He lost that game, and he won the title the last kick in '89, and then he won in '91, and then after that, when George was sacked, you had Bruce Rioch, didn't you? And he got sacked after one season, got you into Europa Cup through Dennis Bergkamp, saved us Bergkamp at the time.
And David Platt, I remember the last game 2-1 versus Bolton. Brilliant memory, man. Do you know what? You're fucking brilliant. But David Platt and Dennis Bergkamp scored in that game. I was at the game, so yeah, it's hard to forget that one.
Yeah. And let's put it this way. I mean, like Wenger came in. I mean, everyone's saying Arsene who, and then he got Vieira, and you got who else did he get? Was it Gamaldi? Someone? Is it Nicola? Is it Gamaldi?
Vieira come in immediately, 3.5, but that was before Wenger he had already agreed to join us, but that was from the season after. So he had already signed Vieira for £3.5 million from AC Milan. Emmanuel Petit and Giles Gramondi come in on a double deal for £5 million from Monaco.
Bargain.
But it was more, I think, what smashed it was the Mark Overmars, £7 million from Ajax. Now he come back from a tragic injury. He was out for over a year. People wonder was he going to be the same player. Bollocks, £7 million. What Mark Overmars done in the Premier League was unbelievable.
What a signing. And you've got some good players for you as well. I mean, Dennis Bergkamp, I'm not going to say much about that goal he scored against us in 2002. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to get on really quiet. But
he had it twice. He scored the same goal twice. Holland versus Argentina. He scored the same goal twice. Oh no, that was slightly different. That was the Leicester one. One. Newcastle was a bit different. Yeah, that was a bit different.
I'll tell you what, one of the greatest goals I've seen at St James's Park. I mean, that goal was absolutely amazing. And I've got to be honest with you, I don't know how you did it. And I'll be honest with you as well. That first goal, we was never going to come back in that game. I think when Newcastle were top of the league, we bottled it that day. We bottled it. Do you know what I mean? We had to win that game. We want to win the title. I mean, Gary Speed was a miss that day. He was a miss. But at the end of the day, right? I mean, people say we didn't bottle. I thought we bottled it that day. I thought we lost it when Gary Speed was out for the season. Absolutely good. Forget Robert, forget Solano, forget Shearer, Dyer. It's Gary Speed. He's the one who holds that midfield, and that is why we did not win the title. Do you know what I mean? But look, at the end of the day,
were these younger guys like Dyer, Jonathan Woodgate, Lee Bowyer, were these guys overrated and just absolutely believed in their own? You know what I mean? Like, were they like because? Newcastle for me slightly like they were getting some young English talents there, and I was thinking, do you know what? I've kind of liked Newcastle. I brought a guy on this stream, and I don't bring many guests on. It was called Black and White TV, Newcastle fan. I don't know if you're aware of him, but the new money come in, the Saudi money was in, and some people even said to me that I think Lee was even in the stream who's there. We will get into the comments soon, guys. Thank you so much for joining. It's been a bit quiet. It's probably more my internet and pissing around. So, guys, thank you so much. But I remember Lee was like, Dan, you actually secretly love Newcastle. Like, you're proper bigging them up. You're talking about how they're going to be a threat. I was like, no, this is just what this is worse than a sleeping giant. They've not won a major trophy in whatever. All right, maybe the championship 16, 17, which was important. But I'm not talking. It was like, do you know? And I was like, this is a huge team. Like, they sell out 50,000 stadium every week. Not every club can say this across the world. Like, the Premier League is where it is happening, John, and I know you know this. And for a club that hasn't won nothing for a flipping long time, in relegation not favourites, but in a relegation mire on the Mike Ashley for how many seasons in a row, mate, your attendance has never dropped. Your fan base never. Like, I know what it's like at Arsenal. Like, I remember Roy Keane saying prawn eating sandwiches. Mate, I'm one of the worst for it, mate. You start playing well for 2-3 bad games in a row. For two. I'm fucking getting the arse on. I must admit, I'll be out in the 80th minute. I've got the total hump. And you know what? I fucking love Newcastle and their fan base for this. And this is what I was saying to Black and White TV that night. I was like, man, I don't begrudge you of this money. I'm really hoping it's spent wisely. I was warning him off Eddie Howe, saying about how he bought Solanke. He made a Jordan Ibby, all these signings at Bournemouth. I was so thinking, can he actually sign quality footballers? And this is all I was asking Black and White TV that night. And I think he's kind of proved me wrong. I'm going to get into, on that note, a couple of the signings that he's made. Trippier, 12 mil. Wood could be a bit different, 25. Yeah. Bruno Gomes, oh my God, £35 million linked with Arsenal at the time. Taggart, 12 mil, maybe overpriced. But then you even that up with Nicky Pope, a blinding goalkeeper, £10 million. Saves you probably 10 million.
Badly missed him in goal.
Unbelievable player. Botman, 35 mil. Isaac, 60 mil. You will get your 60 million and more if the day ever had to come that you had to sell him. Tonali, 52, 60 mil, whichever one it was. Gordon, I love that geezer. I think he's unbelievable and he is going to blow. I said to a Man City fan at the start of the season, this is Phil Foden's season. We're seeing glimpses of it. Phil Foden is a guy I'll take to Arsenal. A different subject, I know. Who else have we got? Livramento, probably about between what do you believe? Between 20 and 30 mil. I don't know who I've forgotten in that list, but in terms of signing, like, Arteta has signed 26 players at Arsenal, mate. And I can promise you right now, me and you can go through the list.
700 M's at least he spent. 700 M's.
I say one thing.
Your title.
Mate, I can tell you who you can make a profit off on them players I just read out there, yeah? And who you flopped with. You're not going to get 25 mil back. But, mate, Arteta has signed 26 players, bros. Honestly. £27 million, Gabriel. I reckon he could get a profit on the centre-back Brazilian. Odegaard, 34 mil. I'm not saying he's the answer. He's not the God's shining armour. He's not Haaland. But I reckon you can get more than 34 mil for him. Brother, do you know after that? Do you see the other 24 signings? Bollocks. Tell me one player Arsenal make a profit on. That's a fucking disgrace. 700 million. Sorry, 700. Let me slow down. 700 million pounds spent, and only 2 of them can get a profit off.
You can get one. You can probably get one on Martinelli.
Sorry,
Martinelli. You can get.
Wasn't signed by him. Wasn't signed by him. Nope.
Oh, he wasn't signed by him. Fair enough.
Yeah, it wasn't signed by him. Saka come through the academy. Nope. Saka come through the academy. Nope. Do you know what I mean? Even down to Declan Rice. If we were to sell him tomorrow, I don't think Liverpool give us 115 for him. Financial fair play and all that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I love Declan Rice, but do we make more than 105 on him when it comes to selling him?
Yeah, well, we have to understand this though, right? I mean, look, end of the day, he spent like 700 M's, right? And he's brought in 27 players to the club, yeah? Mikel Arteta, and I got upset Leo on this as well. And I said this before, Mikel Arteta ain't the man for Arsenal Football Club, in my opinion. You know what I mean? I'm not going to lie, right? He had that chance to use a title, right? Last season.
Yeah. You were
8 points clear. You were 8 points clear last season, right? Going to Anfield, yeah? 2 goals up, you fluffed that. 2 goals up against West Ham, you fluffed that. You played at Southampton.
You're blinding, you are, bro. You're brilliant.
Man City away. Okay, I would fully expect that. You got bit of Forest, right? 1-0. You should, the day you went to Forest, Arsenal should have cemented winning that title. Use on top, yeah. You can afford to lose against City, cool, but you fluffed it. You cannot go 2 up and don't win the game. It's as simple as that, yeah. Lee Gunner, my guy, Jez, Kenny Ken, right? Those 3 guys, they speak Arsenal and they speak the truth, yeah. For me, let's put it this way: if Newcastle are 8 points clear and we didn't win the title, right? And Eddie Howe, then for me, and I don't care what anyone say, we have bottled it. But I'm not going on Eddie. I think our owners will make up their mind on Eddie. Now, if you had a manager such as Jurgen Klopp, Pep, and Ancelotti, right? Simeone, right? And Jose.
Well, they're the 4 managers. I would say, yeah, that
they were not scoring at 8 points. They were not scoring at 8 point buffer. They just wouldn't do that. Yeah, because at the end of the day, right? Also should have cemented it and should have won that title. You, my friend, should have won the title. And I think Arteta have bottled it. I just do not think he's going to win you the title ever. I really don't.
Ever. I can never see it.
Signing Kai Havertz, I'm going to be honest with you now. Signing him hasn't helped Arteta's cause.
Mate, let me tell you something. For the first time in bloody years, yeah, Arsenal acted early in their transfer window. And Declan Rice was a necessary signing, yeah? £105 million. Like, at the end of the day, he does exactly what you ask him to do. He marshals the midfield. All right, you got that for 35 million Bruno Gomes, but we pretty much passed that up because Bruno probably would have signed for Arsenal over Newcastle. Not in no bitch you, eh? But it looked like I was told it looked like it could have been happening for a little while. And then we wanted to pull out of the deal and Newcastle put the money on the table. That aside, we've had to now spend £105 million to go and get ourselves a Bruno Gomes, someone that controls the midfield. He doesn't have to score 10 and assist 10 a season to be a wonderful player. Declan Rice is unbelievable.
I like Declan Rice. I think he's a
But the thing is, we've got so much responsibility on him. We decided, we knew Odegaard was going to be our number 10. Now I was thinking, come on, put another good midfielder alongside him. Like, what the like, another manager would have to answer to owners. Like, what was the Kia Havertz signing all about at 65 million? Like, mate, and do you know what? If you go and look on Google, you can take Danny TV's advice for it. Who do you think is Arsenal's top earner presently? Saka, Rice, Havertz. Who do you think it is?
The top earner? I could be wrong on this. It's Havertz.
I know it is, and it's fucking. And how bad is that? 330 grand a week, bro.
Who
sanctioned that? John. Who sanctioned this move? Edu, Arteta, the board.
Yeah, it's got to be Mikel. Mikel wanted him, right? But the thing I'm going to say, Dan, I think the guy's misunderstood. I'm sorry, Arsenal fans. I think the guy's misunderstood. You know, because I don't know what position he plays. Anyway, I really don't.
Exactly. That, mate. We've seen him at central midfield. Absolutely not a chance. Chelsea didn't really like him as a number 10. At number 9, pound for pound, he might score as many goals as Jesus and Nketiah. But he's only been given one game there, and that was the other day against Liverpool. And he was, again, anonymous.
Yeah. Lee's in the chat as well. Do check out Lee Akers' channel, by the way. Lee Akers Wonderland. Absolutely fantastic. Lottie. I love Lottie to bits. Haven't heard her for ages, but I love her to bits. And I hope Lottie is fine if you're watching the show, by the way. So big up.
Shout out to you. Thank you so much for the love. Just for being here tonight, Friday evening. We could be out. We could be getting our hair ready. We could be going out in the town. But listen, we're listening to Danny and we're listening to John talk about a couple of players. Right. Out of Eddie's sign, so I want to just try and put a nail under this one. Give me, because I don't know with Arteta, which me and you have just explored. Give me your top 3 signings or the signings that you expect to be the most not profitable, as Lee Akers would say. It's not about making profit. Who's the most productive signings he has made? We know he's signed Trippier, Wood, Bruno Gomes, Isaac. Who's your particular favourites?
The top 3 for me has got to be Trippier because he is the pioneer that lets all the top quality players come to Newcastle United. You get one big player.
Was he the first? I think he might have been the first at 12 mil. Was he the first that come in? Sorry.
Yeah, 12 mil. He was the first. So that'd be him. The midfield, I'm going to say Bruno G because what he's done for the club, he's a fighter. And last season, he was amazing. This season hasn't been quite that, to be fair. But if I give a marks out of 10 for Bruno, I'll probably give Bruno a 7.5 this season, to be fair. But I know you can give him a 9.
So sorry, and I'm interrupting. Next season, is it Bruno Tonali as the
pivotal? Well, Eddie's going to play 4-3-3. He will do not play 4-2-3-1. But what Eddie needs, he needs a 6. He needs a number 6 badly because I'll tell you what, Tonali could play 6. He plays at 8. For me, Tonali's at 8. But what they need is someone's going to play.
Okay, I'm not going to argue with you. From what I've seen of Tonali, straight 6, like proper pitbull, kind of gets at people's legs and bites at people. Sorry to say, like a Sassedo kind of thing, but Italian. A Sassedo, really, really like a little pitbull. Sorry, I fucking love Sassedo, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna give you the third one. Yeah, I mean, I said.
Sorry.
Also, so Bruno said Trippier. For me, I'm gonna say I'm either between Botman and Isak. For me, I mean, I do love goal scorers. Yeah. For me, I'm gonna go with Isak. I mean, Botman, I love him. He's the first season defender. Second season, yes, I know hasn't quite been the same since that injury. I'm not gonna lie, but he will get better. I'm sure. I'm back to the stone bottom that I know I love. But Isak scores this season. He scored 14 goals this season. He's been absolutely fantastic. I mean, still some cracking goals. The one against Man City was unbelievable. Curling shot, no chance for the keeper. Even Edison, if he stayed on that pitch, he'd not have got to that neither. But link
to Isaac. Sorry, go on. So please finish.
And Isak for me says Isak, Trippier, and Bruno G. But Anthony Gordon very close.
fantastic as well. And I've got a lot of time for Andy Gordon. Links to Alexander Isaac to Arsenal in the summer. Well, to probably a lot of clubs. We've heard Real Madrid, Arsenal. Thoughts on that? And is it absolutely not a chance? Will he sign a new contract and it's all rubbish? Or
I've heard people say that if you don't make Champions League this season, you'd be on his way. But for me, I think Isak should stay because we've been really good to him with the injuries as well. We've been really good to him. He loves Newcastle United. He loves the club, and he's well loved there as well. But he scored twice against Sunderland, and that makes him even more of a hero up here. But Isak, for me, I think he should stay another season and give us a chance. He's only 23, by the way, 23, 24. I think this guy will get better and better and better. You know what I mean? But people are hyping up saying he's going to be the new Thierry Henry or the new Zlatan, yeah? I want Isak to do Isak things, yeah? I don't want people hyping up too much. We got Lewis Miley, right? I mean, I love Lewis Miley. He's 17 years old, yeah? People are hyping this guy up to the very
and I think Eddie is a guy that will break through that youth as well. Sorry to say, like Arteta, Nwari. He hasn't used him ever again. 15. Sorry to interrupt you. Why do you think fucking Newcastle and Anderlecht and so many clubs are offering Amari, Crozier, Dewberry a contract? He's 18 and not made his debut for Arsenal. It's tragic, bro. I promise you, it's tragic. He's a good little player.
Yeah. This is the thing, right? I don't know what's going on.
He'll probably go to Borussia Dortmund if it ain't Newcastle, smash it, and come back for 90 million in a couple of seasons.
Fact. Absolute fact. I mean, the thing is, if he comes, right, I think they're going to chuck him in the academy anyway for a season or so. That's what they do at Newcastle, chuck him in the academy. Yeah. We got the lad for Man City as well, and he's going to come good. And listen, we're getting young players coming through because if you look at the under-21s we've got at the minute, some of them are not good enough. I can't lie, do you know what I mean? But I mean, Jamie Vardy will come good. I know that's that much. You got Jay Turner-Cook. I mean, if he does make it this season or next, then something's going to be wrong. But listen, as a Newcastle United fan, if you go on social media, we're not allowed to have a go at players, even Dan Burn. We're not allowed to have a go at Dan Burn, even though he got spun, he got raped last week.
Would you have brought a new left back in the summer? Like Kieran Tierney was linked to Newcastle, and I heard we actually asked for £41 million and then sent him on loan to Real Sociedad. But the silly fee alone, and I know he gets injured a lot. Could KT have been a good little left back at Newcastle? I think he'd have been a fantastic signing for you. I don't know why. Livramento has done well at left back. But KT, no?
Yeah, KT at right back. I play Livramento at left back. I can't even lie because Dan Burn, I like Dan Burn. I love him. He's one of the most important signings we ever had. One of them. But this season, he's not my left back. He just can't beat Casey Barlett.
He's too big to be a left back. He's too big. He's just not mobile enough. When a little short winger comes up against him, I always find he gets done. And I do think that's a bit of a...
This is the thing, though, Dan. This is the thing. I mean, we're not allowed, as fan base, not allowed to slate any player. We're not allowed. Otherwise, they're going to come on you like a ton of bricks, yeah? I'll be honest with you. I say that how it is, yeah? I'm like Lee Gunner. I like Kenny Ken. I'll call it out. I'll praise them when they play well. But if they don't play well, please call them out because we have to talk about inside the 90 minutes, yeah? That is the thing. I'm not going to go on the personal, I'm not going to go on the Instagrams or social media, the private, and have a go at them, right? I would just, if someone asks us how Dan Burn played inside 90 minutes, right? I would just be honest with you. I'll just say, Dan Burn, last week against Luton, he was poor. I would give him a 2 out of 10, yeah? Judge him on the game he has played in that game. People saying Dan Burn was man of the match against Villa. Cool. He was man of the match, yeah? Let's concentrate on Saturday against Luton. And just be straight. You know what I mean? But no, we're not allowed to have a go at the player. But I'd just say to him, for that Saturday alone, he was poor. But I will not be personally targeting abuse on any player. Judge him how he played on the day. Yeah?
For me, just going forward, I would have just thought, as a non-Newcastle fan, obviously, clearly, I thought a left-back was massive for you in the summer, and I thought you needed a number 10 because Joe Willett was injured. Yeah. And I thought you missed the trick in KT and Maddison. I could be so wrong on this. We know Maddison's had a crazily good season at Tottenham. I hate to say Sensational. And I think at about 40, I reckon you would have got KT if you pressured us for 20 mil, less even 15.
I like Kieran Tierney. I do like Kieran Tierney.
That's what I mean. I reckon them two signings.
He's doing
Sorry,
well.
brother. Yeah, he's at Sociedad. And he's doing well, and they love him. But guess what? He's had 3 injuries since he's fucking been there, bro.
That is the problem. How many injuries has he had this season? At Sociedad?
3 since he's been at Real Sociedad. He's had 3. Yes. 3? Yes, mate.
Wow.
Yeah, mate. He's been. Obviously, there weren't long ones, but he's had a month. He's had 2 weeks, and I think he had another 3 weeks. And that was just as the Champions League was coming to the end, because he was took off in the Champions League game, like round 5 of the Champions League. He was took off for Sociedad, which I'm sure that they qualified from their group, which obviously made it pretty hard for clubs like Arsenal, Bayern Munich to get Martin Zubimendi, who is pretty much like a Granit Xhaka for me, but that's clearly probably a different story. Shouts out to Jahal in the stream today. Nick Nack, I'm so sorry I haven't seen none of your comments, guys. We will get into the comments in a moment, I'm sure, because me and John are like that. We're lovely like that. I want to finish on a couple of bits. Right. A couple of contract issues for Newcastle, like Arsenal with the kid, Dewberry, that I've been saying.
Yeah.
Joe Linton and Wilson, what's going on? What can you tell me from the Newcastle fan side?
Like Joe, apparently according to reports that Joe Linton's turned out a new contract. He wants to be the highest paid player at the club, right? And Newcastle said that's not going to happen anytime soon. But apparently, a couple of days ago, he did an interview. He said that he's happy in Newcastle. He wants to stay at Newcastle, right? I hope he does. For me, just give him the money what he wants, right? Meet halfway, and the guy was signed. Because what you got to realise, though, Dan, the first season under Steve Bruce, it was woeful. It's absolutely.
Well, he was meant to be a striker, and he come from Germany, and as far as I remember, he didn't have the most productive history before he signed for it. I think he had a good season. If I'm right, sorry to say, I hope I'm not wrong. No, if I was right, he had one good season in the Bundesliga, and suddenly you paid 40 million quid for him.
Yeah, and now he's playing like a 40 million pound player now, to be fair, because look, under Eddie Howe comes in, puts him in midfield, completely different player. I can see Nick Nack's comment. He was a laughing stock to how it came along. And I tell you what, Nick Nack's right. He is so right. I mean,
so right as well. So right.
He's a battering ram in midfield. He's a battering ram in midfield, right? Battering ram. And I tell you what, box to box, he gets booked. He doesn't care. But he does the job. And I tell you what, we need to keep on to him, because if we don't, I can see him either going back to Germany, or he could end up going for a big club in the Premier League. But Dan's gone again, believe it or not. I can see a couple of comments as well. We are like that. Got one Radneat. Eden to you, mate. Nick Nack, tonight's been a big miss. Isak needs half a chance it's in the back of the net for Nick Nack. Big up to Lee, by the way, big gooner. Put your headphones on, Danny. I think he might have done. Teams that learned how to target burn. Now, Nick Nack, I've got to agree with you, because Elanga's going to play tomorrow. Elanga's playing tomorrow on that side. And I hope Eddie sees the sense and just get him Dan Burn dropped and play Livramento at left back, because Nottingham Forest have got pace up front and they're going to target Dan Burn. They are going to target this guy, and I'm worried for him as well.
John, I hope you don't think I'm on a wind up. Do you know what happened there? Sorry to say, and I will cut you in. I'll cut in. It said my camera has now turned itself off. Well, that's a new one on me. Like, my camera turned off.
Wow.
Brilliant. So it went the internet. So I don't know what's going on.
I just sent you a private. I sent you a private chat, by the way.
Oh, have you? Sorry, brother. Yeah. Thank you. I didn't even. We're talking so much. It's not even coming through now. Hold on.
No. But going back as well with Joe Linton, I hope he signs on. I really do. We need him here.
And Callum Wilson, obviously, I'm sure would you flick a couple of years at him?
Yeah, Callum Wilson, for me, right, he's injury prone. Don't get me wrong. But if we get another striker, I think he could be on his way. But should we keep Callum Wilson? I hope so, but we definitely need a centre forward.
So just hold on, just to clarify. So in an ideal world and no financial fair play, Isaac stays. You sell Callum Wilson, Solanke comes in. We're going to go quickly run back to Solanke. You've already kind of it's not for you, like. I don't know why I keep hearing this league and it's over and over.
Yeah.
And it's over again. I'm actually thinking it's got legs, to be honest with you. I think Solanke, whatever you want to call it, Dominic Solanke to Newcastle has actually got legs in the summer.
I tell you what, the one thing I'm going to say, right? If he does come, it's going to be on Eddie. I love Eddie Howe to bits. I don't want him sacked, but PIF will be watching him in the summer to see if Solanke comes in. I hope he don't sign and basically score 20 goals this season. We will score 20 goals this season. But for me, Dominic Solanke has got to do it again. He's got to go to the football mouth again. Because it could be a one-season wonder, but he's got to do it again. But I said, I don't want Solanke. I don't want anyone in my club. I just don't think it's big enough for us. Get me Ivan Toney.
Wow, brilliant. So down to Ivan Toney then. Well, obviously we know already, like Thomas Frank is already pretty much like he's laid it on the line. He's out in the summer. He wanted out, received no bids, financial fair play. So he's gone in the summer. Hopefully he helps us have a decent rest of the season, isn't it? Because he's gone. So you would happily take him to Newcastle. What sort of money is this geezer worth?
Ivan Toney, he'll have 2 months left on his contract. So for me, I mean, Brentford want 100 mil. They're not going to get 100 mil for someone's going to be 28 in the
60s, but
60, probably 60 max. 60 max. The thing is, though, if I was Thomas Frank and Brentford, just let the lad go. 60 mil, right? It's been fantastic for you guys. For me, I'd take Tony. All right, I'd take Tony and probably give Callum Wilson a part exchange.
Yeah.
Now, Newcastle fans, I hate that. Newcastle fans ain't going to be happy because they love Callum Wilson. Yeah, for me, people say like, "Oh, Ivan Toney's got an attitude problem," blah blah blah. Yeah, at the end of the day, right, he still scored goals. I don't care about his age. I don't care about his attitude. I want him to come up here and score goals. I mean, Ivan Toney for me. Pay the money, 60 mil, plus Callum Wilson if it needs to be. Job done.
Brilliant. And I wouldn't argue with that, I suppose. I've not been so sure, like the same way you said about Solanke. I was thinking,
not for me. Solanke, not for me. The thing is, so if you want to win a title, right, for Newcastle in future years, Dominic Solanke will not win us a title. You not flip us a title. But Newcastle fans, right, I mean, you say, oh, what a signing, yeah? How many goals has he scored before this season? I don't think he scored double figures. That is the problem.
For me, yeah, and I don't like he's decent in the Championship, but you know what? Come on, man. I don't know. And then the minute Arsenal and Newcastle got linked with him, he sprung out a hat-trick. I can't remember against who a couple of months ago. And I was like, oh,
Forest, not Forest. Not Forest.
Forest. Well, there you go. Forest. Sorry, not even though this is better. I was like, oh, come on. Now he's springing out a hat-trick. Like, I was totally unimpressed. Right, Newcastle, summer. If you had the power, John, I don't know, 150, 200 million budget. What does Newcastle need next? I don't know. Let's say 150 for financial fair play reasons.
Yeah.
3 solid players, or whatever you like, really. You could have one player. But
for me, I'd get rid of the out of contract players like Jonama Sills, Paul Dunnett. I'd get rid of Matt Ritchie. That's an absolute definite. Get rid of him now. He's 34. Don't give him a year's contract. Please don't. Yeah. I'd get rid of some of the players as well. If I listen to offers from Miggy, I love Miggy Almiron. I do love him to bits, but if someone came with the money, then I wouldn't stand in the way to the guy as well. But we need winners out in that team. We need a number 6, protect the back 4, and I don't mean Calvin Phillips, similar to that ilk. Yeah, I definitely need a right side midfield as well. I love Jacob Murphy, but for me, we need to upgrade on this guy and Miggy for that matter. Anthony Gordon, I'd be playing him on the right hand side or go and get a left hand side. We need a centre back. The full backs, yeah, we can just about cope with that, by the way. I mean, I definitely get a goalkeeper as well because Gillespie and Carroll will be on their way. The Bracco wants to play first team football elsewhere. Definitely the goalkeeper. And go and get me Ivan Toney, please.
So, if I had to pressure you and ask, right, you can't get everything you want in the summer, but if you was to go hell for leather for 3 signings, give me the names, brother, to make Newcastle a definite top 14 next season.
That's a good question. For me, I'm going to have to be... I go to Matis Suoli for Forsanone.
Right, I've been hearing a lot about this kid, but I haven't really seen him. But go on. Well,
yeah, we'll he's a Juve player, plays on the season-long loan at Forsanone, and he scored 9 goals and something like 6 assists, 9 goals and 6 assists. He's been very impressive for Forsanone, and I don't think he's ready for Juve yet, but. You know, if he gets another loan, you should be going after this guy, Argentinian lad.
Yeah, I was reading about him today, funny enough. Sorry, I haven't even mentioned him. There's so many things I haven't actually mentioned here where, sorry, I've actually enjoyed this channel. There's so much I've got here, like, it's unreal. But, all right.
Ivan Toney.
Tony, yep.
I mean, I've always said Ivan Toney, get him back up here, sort of thing. He's got unfinished business up in Newcastle, and I think he'll definitely let some of the chance to join us, yeah. I don't think he'll go to Chelsea. And I can't see it, to be fair. And for me, we definitely need a number 6. That is no question.
You, presuming Bruno is happy and stays, and Tonali's coming back, you need a 6. Yeah, just ask you.
Other people saying to us that if Bruno goes, then Tonali will take his place anyway. But we still.
But that's what I kind of actually thought. So I thought if someone come in 100 mil and actually took him, there was a lot of talk Liverpool, but now Liverpool have lost Klopp, or we know what's happening. Yeah. I would have thought you've got Tonali, and you might have another 100 mil to spend in a transfer market.
Yeah,
but maybe it isn't the way that you should look at it. Oh, you sell him because then you're still missing the quality of Bruno.
That is the thing.
The way I see it, Bruno
we must give Joe Linton, because you cannot afford to lose Bruno and Joe Linton in the same season. Otherwise, that's our midfield ripped apart, and then we're going to end up players like Sean Longstaff, Joe Willock, Lewis Manley, and that ain't a strong midfield at all whatsoever.
Elliot, Gordon,
Elliot Anderson, they play wide.
Harvey Barnes is another good.
Harvey Barnes, yeah, I keep him. I play him on the left hand side, Gordon on the right.
And I believe Eddie will use a lot of the youth, man. And I think that's what I mean. And I don't trust Arteta with using the youth. And Wari, I'd be giving him a little shot right now. He's better than fucking El Nini and Jorginho if you ask me in the midfield. You know what I mean? I'd be like Pep or Jurgen Klopp, as you said, 2 world-class managers that would be playing this guy if he's that good.
I think you're right. But I think we need to get players come through. We need a stronger squad. We need a stronger squad, though, Dan, because last season, I mean, we should have bought more players, but we got caught sword. 13 injuries. My God, that ain't good.
No chance. Now, Knick-Knack, Solanke swap deal, 30 million sounds fair. 3rd top goal scorer in the league. Okay, but no one.
Yeah, I get that. His first top scorer in the league. Yeah, he had one good season. He's got to do it again. He's got to stay at Bournemouth and do it again. Score 20 goals this season.
All right, hold on. Here's a perfect one for you. Fuck. Another guy that I accused of being a championship player for so many seasons was the guy Mitrovic. Now, you've got first-hand knowledge of this guy. We know he blew at Fulham, and then for some, and I don't want to be disrespectful, whatever reason, he went to Saudi. Solanke gives Mitrovic vibes. Talk to me. Mitrovic vibes.
Look, you had him at Newcastle, yeah, for 3 seasons, yeah, and then Rafa, and then he went to Rafa got rid of him to go to Fulham, and I do like Mitro, but would I have him back? Was he 29 now? I don't think.
No. I think he's mate. He's in his 30s. What are you talking? He's 31, 32.
No. He's 29.
Really, Mitrovic?
Mitrovic 29.
Okay, I thought he was old.
No, but the thing is, though, if you also come back to the Premier League, the wage is going to be an absolute killer.
Exactly.
It's going to be a killer. There's no way Newcastle's going to pay that.
There was a lot of talk Newcastle wouldn't be allowed, and I think, sorry to say, probably correctly, is it really correct? But you wouldn't have been allowed to buy people from Saudi or just grab them on loan. Like there was a lot of talk, silly ones like Neves. There was even talk of Ronaldo. What did you make of that? Or have you got no thoughts? You've got Saudi owners, or is it just something that couldn't happen, mate? Sorry, I could ask you, John, mate. Again,
like Saudi, I think my understanding is right. I mean, I don't think you could sign a club which is owned by PIF anyway. So. And this is just a stupid rule. Yeah, Man City can sign who they want. Why can't we? I just don't get it at all whatsoever. You know, I really can't forget it. But that needs to be changed. The man standing is Man City's going to take the Premier League to court about being a closed shop. Yeah, again. And I tell you what, if Man City wins this, it just opens the whole thing.
Fucking kind
of words to the Premier League. The Premier League do not want Newcastle to compete. They don't want to upset the Big Six. But Man City's going to take the penalty to court.
I believe there's a lot in that as well. No conspiracies or anything, but I believe the way Everton have been kind of bullied, 10 points took off them, Chelsea spending exactly what they want. I know Arsenal have done their piece as well, but we haven't took the piss, in my opinion. In my opinion, Man City have slowed down. They've slowed down. They're not just spending 15 million on every left and right back that is coming on the transfer market. They've slowed down, but then you've got Chelsea that have more than took their place when Todd Bowley took over the club. Things ain't fair, man. And I think we both know that, number one. Like, do you know what I mean? Things are not actually fair when it comes to this financial fair play. And again, without being a conspiracy theorist, I actually believe if you told Barcelona, Real Madrid, Manchester City, do you know what? You're fucking out of the Champions League next season. Number one, I know the Champions League maybe ain't as appealing and sexy and attractive, but I tell you what, all three of them kick up a stink and they start talking about breakaway leagues.
I tell you what, personally, I don't want the Super League. I don't want the Super League to happen. I really don't. But I get a lot of people now saying that could be a possibility. And if it is Super League, we've got to be in that Super League. We have to be there as well.
Of course. And hold on, wait. I'm talking way before should Newcastle, Arsenal have the right to be just walking into a Super League. I'm saying is, basically in a nutshell, is this why financial fair play ain't touching certain clubs? PSG, bro, if you remember, honestly, really and truly, in the last 5-7 seasons, they've been threatened with financial fucking fair play every single season, mate.
Yeah.
And nothing ever happened. Nothing ever happened.
No.
Nothing ever happened, bro.
No.
And they were buying the Brazilian dude, sorry. Do you know what I mean? They were buying do you know what I mean? Like, they were doing extravagant things. And again, I appreciate they've slowed down and they're going more realistic now. And I appreciate Man City have slowed down. But at the end of the evening, if Everton are going to be terrorised, I heard Wolves and someone else was going to get real big knocks on their door between January and the end of the season. It hasn't materialised, but I did put it out there. I heard Wolves are going to get a knock on their door, financial fair play. Everton will be tapped up once more before the end of the season.
Forest.
I think it's incredible. But you wouldn't touch Man City. And I believe personally, if you start threatening them with, we'll forget the championship, but threatening them expulsion of Champions League, I believe a whole lot of Super League talks opens up again. I don't know what your opinion is, but I believe, like, without conspiracies, I believe that's what's going on slightly. Very, very slightly.
It is crazy, man. But I think now, I mean, it's a lot of mess to be sorted out, yeah, because the Premier League are creating this huge problem. The thing is, right, they stopped the FFA profits ability. That's number one. Number two, they're not going to get much money. Look what happened in the transfer window. 80 million spent compared to 800 M's last season.
Here you fucking go.
The Premier League have shot themselves in the foot there. You know what I mean? Let the clubs spend what they want, right? We, as a club, are not going to be in debt.
Yep.
But they don't want us to upset the Big Six, and that's the problem.
But again, like Arteta, like, unless you're throwing for the next couple of seasons, honestly, 150 million, 200 mil, every summer, forget January, every summer into improving your squad and improving your foundations. Every club will stand still because you will have a cocksucker like Chelsea that's going to outspend you and take every player and then buy everyone out there. And you will then, again, as you say, the predominant top four or whatever it is. And I don't know, Newcastle are moving to it. And they've got Champions League last year. They've got to do it again this season for me. And I believe with Man City and Liverpool, they're going to be the front runners for the league. Arsenal possibly fourth. I do believe you have to slot in fourth and continue next season. And I don't think it's impossible. I think it's more than realistic. Like, do you know what I mean? I do believe Klopp in his last season at Liverpool is going to have a madness. Like, they're going to go hell for leather. They're going to have a good season. You know what I mean? Apart from that loss at Arsenal the other day, which I actually truly thank God for. But yeah, for me, I'm not saying Arsenal are better than anyone, but I'm saying for me, Newcastle, fourth place, cement that Champions League again this season, the Champions League money, the qualification. And hopefully this summer, it sort of resets itself, this whole financial fair play, and you can go again in the summer. And then it is about what Eddie Howe does this summer. As you pointed out, Arteta last year was a massive, like, we're going to go get 3 players early, £200 million. Rice, I agree with. Timber was a bit unfortunate, getting injured straight away. And then fucking Havertz, like, ooh, I'm not so sure.
Yeah. Got Joe in the chat as well, by the way, but you're right. I mean, what you should have done is you never spend money on Havertz, 65 M's. Then you could have bought Ivan Toney for that price as well.
Easily, but that's what I mean. If we genuinely had wanted Ivan Toney and another striker, and we wanted to disturb the Gabriel Jesus, Eddie Nketiah up front whole situation, we would have done that in the summer.
Exactly.
And then we did bring it down. I would have kind of said, all right, are you a striker? Are you a competition for number 9? But he started alongside Declan Rice, and I think they just screwed Declan Rice over for so long.
Exactly. That's the thing. They got it so wrong.
Fulham, Paulino and someone else all over him.
West Ham,
and Ward-Prowse all over him. Aston Villa, Louise and the Scottish geezer McGinn all over Declan Rice.
Yes, and he goes and gets Kai Havertz. It should be Shai Havertz. It should be Shai Havertz. It should be Shai Havertz, not Kai. Shai Havertz. You know what I mean? We've got one from Joe, by the way. I mean, the reasons why the UEFA president is going is because
you, Joe. Sorry, shout out to Joe. Yep.
Big up to Joe, by the way. Do follow him on Twitter. Joe Rourke here. Joe AVFC 92. Do follow him. He's amazing.
Right? I will. Give me a quick follow, Joe. I'll certainly follow you immediately back if you like. Please hit the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new, guys. This has been an exceptional hour talking to John. I apologize for a couple of technical difficulties, which has absolutely taken the piss. But yeah, the reason the UEFA president is going because he doesn't want the president of the Super League happening. And he doesn't want to look a fool if he didn't say this. Possibly, bros. But this is what I mean. I don't know. Again, adding that into the whole Everton 10 points, Chelsea getting away with things. That was my kind of whole point of things. And then why can't Newcastle sign themselves a football in January when they've had up to probably, 12, 14 injuries throughout the season? But again, obviously, this isn't taken into consideration. Sorry, I don't know.
I'll tell you what, though, if the Super League comes in, I'll tell you one thing. I think it's going to hack the Premier League off. I'm telling you. Do you know what I mean? But if it's a breakaway, they've got a real problem. And I can see it now. And I don't want to say this. I hope it doesn't happen. But I can see the Super League's going to happen, even though I don't want it. But I can see why people want it now. So you can just break away from this Premier League. They need a fresh boom. They need new rules. Richard Masters, I'm sorry, he needs to resign.
Quick thoughts on Unai Emery. Obviously, yeah, Aston Villa, I'm sure you know. Could they be a massive threat to Newcastle getting fourth?
I think Villa's in a good position. I mean, Joe's going to be happy. He's a big Villa fan. They're in a good position.
Joe, brilliant. Villa fan. Please, tell me you think of Emery. I think Emery's
brilliant. Emery's fantastic. I mean,
lucky at Arsenal, and I do believe Arsenal took the utter piss out of him.
Yeah, I'll tell you something as well. If Emery was manager of Arsenal now, he would not have fluffed an 8-point lead. I'm telling you that for now.
It wasn't 8 point. Can I actually just slightly, and I do believe I'm right, but I don't know. Do you see when we started buying Jorginho for 12 mil, Trossard for 28 mil, and Jacob Kiwior for 20 mil? There was a point in that January window when was it?
Fabio Vieira as well, 35 mil.
Sorry? No. I'm saying the January window when we was 11 points clear. We was 11 points clear at one point in that January window. Yeah. And we decided to add Jorginho. Bollocks. Trossard, sorry to say I like him, but bollocks. Didn't help us in the league, as you would say. Let's get right to the beans. And Jacob Kiwior, who we're going to send back to Italy at the end of the season.
Wow.
That was another tragic £52 million mistake.
Jorginho, I like Jorginho. I do like Jorginho. Do you know what I mean? He's calm in the midfield's presence. Do you know what? He's an asset for your team at the minute. But
he said one thing, mate. At the start of the season, he didn't trust him. He trusted Havertz over him and kept on starting him, brother.
Well, I think that's
the Arsenal fan here. Seriously.
I mean, Arteta's frustrated, really. He's not the manager for Newcastle United. For Arsenal, sorry, for Arsenal.
I bet you're glad about that.
Definitely. I wouldn't have it at Newcastle. There's no way. I wouldn't have him. But you're right. I mean, Arteta likes to take chances. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it don't.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, right, I mean, he just gets his tactics so wrong. I don't get him sometimes. I really don't.
Like, I can walk you through a few signings. Fabio Vieira, as you said, 35 mil. Havertz, 65 mil. That's 100 million pounds. I don't know what you think of Ben White personally, but I don't think he's a 50 million pound right back. The two goalkeepers, 26 and 30 million pound, Raya and fucking Ramsdale. You could have just got a brilliant goalkeeper, surely at 60 million quid, or just shy of 60 million quid. There has been.
Give us 2 minutes. Give us 2 minutes, Dan. Dan, give us 2 minutes, man.
Yep.
Give us 2 minutes.
No problem, brother. Man, I'm absolutely, guys, loving this talk with John tonight. Guys, please hit the like to the video. Do subscribe if you're new. While John has disappeared for a quick moment, because I hate to ignore the comments, so I'm going to have a look at the comments. Joe, shouts out to you. Best manager. Hold on, brilliant. I want to talk about Emery. Best manager we've had in a long time. He's made a slippery fucking Gerrard look like a Sunday league coach. Absolutely love it. And do you know what, mate? I've been hearing these social media silly little fuckers talking about jet out to Liverpool because you see when Klopp goes at the end of the season, we need one of our own to take our club forward. One of our fucking own. Are you taking a piss, man? I'm from top stiff Liverpool. Mate. One of our own. Come on. He'd fuck up everything Jurgen Klopp's done in an instant. Absolutely love him. Got the job done. Mate, I'm absolutely pissed off that we've got Arteta. Arteta, as John has already said, would not have fluffed between... Oh, man. John needs to go soon. I think it's... yeah, hold on. So sorry I didn't say that. Oh, man. I absolutely love John. John, you have been a legend tonight. Let's get into a few more of these comments, though. Sorry, I don't know why my fingers are getting a bit fat and over-clicking. Nick Knack, you have been ever-present in the chat tonight, mate. You are the man of the match. Shouts out to you. Let me see a couple of things. Impressive for Bournemouth. Put your headphones on, Dan. Yeah, I really should. Oh, fuck, Lee. Genius. You're so right. Bollocks, Lee. Evening, Mr. Jahal. How are you doing, my brother? Guys, do be getting the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. Oh, fuck me. What's that old girl doing in here again? Hey, old girl, go away. Interesting. Oh, what's that? Slanty would be between 30-40 mil. Dan, look at your phone. Look at your phone. Oh, look at your phone. There's one for $13.95. Get back to you in a minute. Lovely Lee. Fuck yeah, you're right. I missed this. When John returns, I suppose we can get out jollily in the stream. It has been unbelievable. Guys, do be getting the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. This has been one entertaining. Bollocks. This has been a very entertaining hour of John this evening. Trossard is better than Isaac. Trossard is better than Isaac. I think the moment noticing. Shouts out to Closer and fucking building. Oh, look, Surfit Rose is in building. Oh, look, Surfit. Who else we got? John, how love the camera. I'm loving it. I'm loving it like that. Bossman! Oh, mate, you've missed a beautiful hour. We have had Newcastle fan John Sinclair TV in the building. I'm going to invite myself to his channel in a minute because I've had a couple of technical difficulties this evening. But it has been a lit stream. I will wait for John to get back before I disappear out the stream. It is about that time when I disappear out the stream. So, guys, get a massive big like on the video. It has been a wonderful hour. Please get a massive like on the video. Do be rewinding back. Do be taking a look what me and John have been talking about. It's been a lot of Newcastle chat, in all honesty. And for me, there's been no gaps apart from when my internet decided to play up and then my webcam decided to just turn off. Unfucking believable. Hold on, I can have two draw on my split. Oh, I need my cigarette. Hold on, John's not here. I've been behaving. I haven't been smoking on the stream tonight. I thought, you know what, out of respect to the Newcastle fan and John Sinclair TV, I was not trying to be blazing on those streams tonight. So shouts out to us all. John could be eating his Friday night supper, I'm telling you. He could be eating fucking dinner, so I might just go soon. Shouts out to Joe O'Rourke. I really hope you got a massive big like on the video, mate. Let's see if anyone has followed me up on the old Twitter. Oh, we have. Joe O'Rourke, follow you straight back. Helen, brilliant. You're lovely. Follow you straight back, girl. Shouts out to all the real ones. Woo, look at that. John's put me in a tweet, man. It's got over 2,000 views. John, you're shit hot, mate. John, you're shit hot, mate. I like that. John is hot. Mate, your computer is crushed. Crushed. I know, mate. It's dead. Crashed. I know, man. He died. That's Apple for you. Beautiful. I'm loving it. Shouts out to all the real ones, mate. It's been a brilliant hour. Shouts out to John Sinclair TV. It has been a phenomenal time talking to you tonight. I think he might be. Hey, he's back. I was just saying, I think he might be having his dinner or something. So I just see the private.
Well, we'll be in a minute, like, because dinner's ready. So,
brother, if you've got to go, you've got to go. Listen, this has been. I'm so sorry for a couple of the basically cock-ups at the start. Camera decided.
No, that's fine. Don't worry.
Hey, we'll have to do another stream, mate, because I could do this for a couple of hours. Like, as I said, I've got through 20% of the questions I wanted to ask you, and there's been no gaps. You've answered about Joe Linton. We've spoke about very briefly about previous managers. You've told me what you think Newcastle need in the summer. If I was, for me as an Arsenal fan, I think we need a big centre back. You've been linked to this kid, Osman Diamonde, Ivory Coast centre half, plays for Sporting CP in Portugal. Really good, £59 million release clause. But again, it's big money. We need a central midfielder. We've been linked with Zubamendi hard. I believe we need a Kamavinga or someone a little bit more tougher, like the Bruno Gomes type, without linking us to Bruno, someone like that. If I could steal someone from Newcastle United Football Club, I'd even give you Gabriel Jesus in return if you like. I'll do anything to get Alexander Isaac at the club, I have to admit. But it needs to be a massive summer for Arsenal as well, mate, because we're not home and dry in any kind of top four race. Like, forget title races right now. Like, we could get overtook by a couple of teams in a general top four race. John, what are you saying, man? It's been an absolute pleasure having you on.
Thank you very much indeed. I really appreciate
Please
that.
subscribe also. Yes, John Sinclair TV, Newcastle fan. Brilliant, unbelievable knowledge. I've had a wicked stream with him tonight, guys. So please don't be shy. Go get a massive... not just only a like on this video, but please go subscribe to his channel. Of course, that would be fantastic. Shouts out to you. Black and White TV, man. Why, yay? Yeah, so that's what I was saying last time. I've already mentioned you on the stream tonight, mate. I did say I was telling John that I was really delighted with a lot of when Newcastle just took over, the money was going to start flowing in, and we were talking about potential signings for Newcastle. I don't know how many we got right, Black and White TV, but that was a phenomenal stream. If it was continuing for another 10 minutes, I'd happily invite you into the stream. But I do believe John's got to disappear. Maybe we can have a quick all three of us talking. Black and White, hey man, good to see you, brother. And yeah, so when I started the stream last time, I think you must have thought I was nuts. Why, yeah, man, shouts on the Black and White TV, man. Seriously, I'm nuts.
Man. Bless you.
But yeah, shouts out to all the Geordie fans, Black and White TV, John Sinclair TV. Why, yay, Newcastle. Seriously, and I love Newcastle. I've loved them for a while, man. That's going back from the Keegans. Ginola, even though he was a bit of a Tottenham player, or more than a bit of a Tottenham player. Faustino Asprilla, wow, Faustino gave me many happy days watching Premier League football. Seriously, or just top flight English football. Please be getting the likes on the video. Do be subscribing to Black and White TV as well. Also a Geordie man. John, let's do this again sometime, man. Definitely, man. You can invite me onto your channel anytime, or just for quick opinions. Listen, mate, again, the football knowledge. We can talk German football, Turkish football. There's actually a Turkish kid who's coming through. I don't know if you've heard of his. Last thing I'll tell you is £25 million. He's 18 years old, Turkish kid. Don't know what his name is. It's Samir Kilivskoy. He plays for Besiktas. He's just scored 7 in the last 8 games in the Turkish Superliga, and he has been linked to Arsenal and Newcastle. He's 18 years old. One to look out for. Arda Güler. I was a guy that loved this guy before he signed for Madrid. Screened for him to come Arsenal. And there's another Turkish kid I'm closely keeping my eye on, and he is a talent. Kenan Yildiz at Juventus. That kid, forget Vlahovic, forget Chiesa, Kenan Yildiz at Juventus is the bollocks. Okay. John's a great guy. I've certainly learned that over the last little hour or so. Believe me. I've learned that over the last hour or so. John is unbelievable, man. This stream's been absolutely lit for me. You know? It doesn't matter if one person was here or 100. I've absolutely enjoyed this. This has been absolutely smashing, honestly. Shouts out to Newcastle, all the Geordie family. Shouts out to Black and White TV, John Sinclair. Any final thoughts, John, before we do disappear into the evening? Shouts out to all 11 of us here. Not a lot, but please get the likes on the video. Subscribe to all of us. Danny AFC TV, Black and White TV, and of course, the guy that's with me right now, seriously, brilliant geezer, John Sinclair. Any final thoughts, brother?
Yeah, hopefully we're just going to keep winning games, get our players back. And then we've got the FA Cup to look forward to as well. We've got Blackburn in a couple of weeks' time. I'll be going up to that game as well.
They've just got a new manager tonight, John Eustace. They were managerless for a couple of hours today. They let the Scandinavian boy go.
He's gone there. He's 2.5-year deal, I quite believe.
Hold on, John Thomason. Didn't he play for you guys? John Thomason. Hold on.
Yes, he did. He did for one season.
There you go. I'm good at that. Sorry, I didn't hear that. I don't hear
one season, and then he went off to AC Milan, I believe. So, listen, at the end of the day, right? I mean, we got to concentrate on the game in hand. We got for us tomorrow. We need to win that game. It's going to be difficult, but let's be honest about it. I mean, look, they beat us 3-1. I hope we learn from that. And now we got to go for revenge. We got to defend properly. But I truly believe we'll probably get something to it tomorrow. And we'll see what happens.
There you go. And we've got West Ham as well. And beating Liverpool, for me, honestly, means absolutely flip all if you go and lose points at West Ham now, honestly, because this is the dog-eat-dog world of the Premier League. And Man City ain't going to keep cocking up. They're not going to keep sort of just strolling through the Premier League like the way they are, or have been. I'm going to be straight honest with you, John, mate. It's been a pleasure, mate. Enjoy your dinner. Please give me a shout on the social media. Give me a shout on Twitter, brother. It's honestly a pleasure. And as I said, through 20% of the questions I wanted to ask you. So I'd like to say to be continued, man. To be continued, isn't it?
Continued. Big up. And you can find us on Insta, John Sinclair TV. You can find us on Twitter, the same, John Sinclair TV. On Twitch, you can find us on Facebook as well, YouTube. Yeah, so search us out there. And guys in the chat, and if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, like Dan said, it's John Sinclair TV. It is free. Type it in, click on subscribe, and I've got just over 7,000 subs. And
which you're smashing it with, by the way, mate. You're flipping smashing it.
Thank
I clocked all that obviously before you come on the stream. I was like, wow, yeah, this geezer's got a following. So do you know what? And I've seen you do actually talk to a lot of guests, and I'm gonna have to actively start bringing more people on my show. Like, I'm not gonna enjoy every stream like tonight. I'll be honest, probably not. But I mean, I've got to actively start getting more people on the AFC TV. John, It's been a flipping pleasure, man. Please get at me on Twitter, man. I hope you enjoyed yourself tonight, and yeah.
Thank you very much for just having us on.
Channel. I'm not going to keep in here any more longer, guys. It's 20:08. I might be back for a 10 p.m. live. So, yeah, again, shouts out to John Sinclair TV. Bigging up all the Newcastle family. I absolutely adore you all. I'm getting out of the building, guys. So, do you know what? Good night. God bless. See you tomorrow, or at least at 10 p.m. Good night, people. Love. Let's just. Oh, shit. Have I just.